Calcutta 3 days ago. I missed the real significance of the murders at first. I focused on the who, the where, the how, the why.
You can't be in here.
Instead of the when.
How dare you step in here, you filthy beast. Beast like you were born to be the...
But as the reports rolled in from around the world, I was still stuck on the who. London, now. Who bankrolled this bloody blitz against every vampire slayer in the world? Which sect supplied the soldiers? And who would be next? I hit the underground sources hard. Turned out the biggest news wasn't the Slayer killings. Hell, we were practically an afterthought. No, the big news is Suckhead. Circles was that someone had rustled up the cajones to take out Dracula himself. If it was true, my only regret was not being there to see the old bastard crumble to ash and see who was holding the other end of the stake. He was just the first. Other sects were being wiped out too. I got a lead on an alleged sect massacre down in Brazil.
Secret Assimilation Bunker, Sao Paulo, Brazil.
There was no sign of a struggle or a fight. No sign of anything at all.
Damn it, Blade. Who invited you?
Yeah, real nice to see you again too, Claude. Claudia Bells, colleague of mine. We have what you might call a history. The fact that she didn't try to stab me in the eyes right away meant that maybe she'd started to forgive me.
You need to leave before someone spots you. I have enough trouble as it is.
You'd better get used to having me around. You hear about the others?
I've heard rumors.
Guess then you've heard the biggest rumor of them all.
Well, what? Dracula? With the sex in a violent power struggle? Yeah, I've heard that. But if there's been a coup, where's the blood?
So, what brought you here tonight? Bored?
People on the street heard faint screaming near the building. I thought it was another assimilation orgy, masquerading as a corporate retreat.
Hang on. Where's the nearest freight elevator? This didn't make sense. Was this a message? Don't mess with us or we'll drag you out of your fancy places. Again, I was caught up on the who and why, not seeing the big picture.
Look at this, a seagull of anchorites.
So, the vampires who never go anywhere traveled all the way down here for a brazen daylight execution? No, I'm thinking Claw or Krieger sex.
Then we're in a hell of a lot of trouble. What's our next move?
Pack something warm. We're headed to Anchorite territory.
Orkney Island, Scotland.
Never thought I'd be depressed to see more dead vampires.
I'm sure we'll find the seagull of another sect too. Just another way to distract us from...
Who the hell is that?
You never met Dolly, huh? Dolly works this god-forsaken part of the world.
Another ex-girlfriend of yours?
Nobody knows Dolly's gender. It's mutant, so nobody's ever asked.
I've told this bloody freak everything, but it won't stop hurting me.
Why don't you tell me then?
It was the Claw sect. They're with Exorcist now.
He was talking about the second son of Dracula, unless this is bull. The pretty boy's made a play for Papa's throne, and he's teamed up with one of the most lethal sects on the planet. You see him with your own eyes?
Yes, yes.
Where is he now?
Only if you promise to let me help. You have to let me help you. I must avenge my sect.
Yo, get me Trip.
What are you doing?
Calling for backup.
Phoenix, Arizona. Thus.
This one made no sense. This was the hottest, sunniest place in the U.S. Strange place for the second son of Dracula to use as a base of operations. But Dolly's evidence, flight clearances from Zaris's chartered jet in Scotland, led straight here. And my Southwest sources had spotted strange things at an abandoned airfield nearby.
Blade, my man. Jeez, why not announce it over the damn loudspeaker?
This is your backup?
Trip and Texter were a good team once.
Once?
They haven't spoken to each other in over 20 years.
Sorry, Blade. Dude, forget he's white. Ignore the dork. He's just cranky he had to stop riding his Twilight fanfic to come meet us.
What have you got, Trip?
Darius is definitely here. He's using an old army airfield as a base. They haven't pulled any vamp stuff here, or I'd be on their sweet asses too sweet. You're not even on your own ass when you sit down. Eat it, Texter. Near Pioneer, Arizona.
A little recon confirmed it. Zaris and his troops flew out at dusk, then returned by dawn. So, while they were gone, we prepared a few welcome back packages. C4, enough to bring the whole runway down on their heads and force them up to the surface, where we'd be waiting.
So, heard you retired. Yeah, I heard you married some dude. Rather be with some dude than have to put up with you. Heard that. Meant you to. Pretty good plan.
Glad you approve.
Hey, that was me apologizing for being a bitch to you earlier.
Yeah, well, this is me focusing. You might do the same.
Dawn.
The blast brought Zaris and his tanks scrambling up out of their little hidey holes. I thought it would be time for a little cleanup, nothing more. Then it hit me. The wind. These vampires were out in full blinding sunlight.
Slayers. Slayers, thank you all for coming. It will be easier to kill the rest of you in one place. Frankly, we are tired of wasting the airplane fuel.
This changes nothing. Spread out. Daylight, don't kill him, fine. We've got stakes, bows, knives, and bullets. They still bleed. It was a little encouragement for the troops. But even in those early moments, I knew we were dangerously outnumbered. Zaris was over 100 strong, with the most vicious vampires on the planet. We had a dozen humans. Then, 11.
Look at you, still with the light artillery. When you gonna give it up, man? When you gonna shut up? Tex! Oh God, no, you dumb bastard.
After all these years, Trip and Texter were still a good team. Just not good enough for this new threat. Dolly doesn't fight like any Slayer I've ever encountered. Dolly gets up close and personal, and then performs a little surgery. I was neck deep in claw sect vampires, but still I could hear something horrible cut through the grunts. I was neck deep in claw sect vampires, but still I could hear something horrible cut through the grunts, the cries, the taunts, the snorts, the laughter. the sound of Dahlia screaming. Claudia! I would never say it to her face, but Claudia Bells is one of the most skilled slayers I know. Wish I could have told her while she was alive. Wish the last touch between us wouldn't have been a sharp wooden stake to the brain. Those bastards took out my entire crew in less than 10 minutes, saving me for last.
We're all daywalkers. Now, Blade, suddenly, you're nothing special.
Nice trick. How'd a brat like you pull it off?
We've evolved. Everything you know about us is about to be rewritten. And if, say, mutants can walk freely among humans, why not us?
Zarius' words echoed in my skull. Killing us slayers. His prime opposition wasn't his endgame, merely an item on a to-do list. So, what's the next move? What do you do when you can suddenly stand in the sunlight like everyone else on Earth? That's right, you bastards. Come and get me. They didn't figure on me fighting my way out of the death trap. Zarius commanded them to do everything in their power to bring the plane down. So I let them. Only then did I realize finally I had all the pieces. The why, the now, the where. Why Zarius wanted power, the kind his father never dared to seize. How he gave that away when he said the word mutant. How do you strengthen your ranks by adding already powerful individuals to them?
Near Blythe, Arizona.
Which explains the where, San Francisco. Last I heard, Summers and his kind were still there.
San Francisco.
The way I see it, there's only one logical move for Zarius to make. The only question is,